Alright, we are back with this bed we made. We are on our way to open the double keyed up chest in Anne's room. Anne's room? Yes. To hopefully see if she is having an affair with Mrs.
Back to
Cruz.
507 to try this key double. I hope it works.
Oh, is someone watching me? That's so creepy. It looks like someone's watching us. That was weird. Everything seems normal. The only room we weren't able to go into was what? Oh no, we've been in them all. Never mind. Oh, wrong room, my bad. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, what room are we going to?
Now, let's test them out.
I'm glad everyone's gone for the
Careful,
day.
Sophie. You don't want this key to break.
How do I move it? We did it. Oh, it makes a heart.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
That's cute. In Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy you a new one. I hope you like it, and since you enjoyed them so much, here's a little puzzle to figure out the combination. 2 5-letter words are the key, both related to our history. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. White? How many? 5-letter words. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. From the first one, take the first 2. From the last one, take the last 2. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. From the first one, take the first 2. So W-H? If it's white? I hope you get better. Just try to rest today. I'll bring you hot soup after class.
Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes.
The Postman Always Rings Twice is playing at Lowe's Theater tonight. It is based on a novel I read a while back. I am sure you would love it, seeing as you like crime stories and murder so much. Nothing creepy about that. Will you come with me? 25 cents? I can barely listen to Sister Miller's lecture today. In secret language, all I do is look at your lips and imagine kissing you. I can't wait for tonight. Oh, they were lovers. They were lovers so much. Dear Anne, I have just heard Doris say on the radio and it made me think of you. I know how much you love Sentimental Journey. Counting every mile of a railroad track that takes me back. A track? Last time I was in Texas, it felt like coming home. Now, strangely, I feel away from home. I wish you were here with me. I always feel at home in your arms. I can hardly believe it has been 5 weeks since we last saw each other. Sometimes I wonder if I might be going crazy. You are always in my head. Everything reminds me of you. Not only songs on the radio, but silly things like the flowers in our garden, that smell of your shampoo, or when people say the word darling, and I can hear you say it with your lovely French accent. Darling. Darling. My family seems to have noticed my odd behavior, but of course I cannot tell them about you, even though I wish I could. I feel like climbing on the roof of the tallest building in Austin and shouting my feelings for you at the top of my lungs. God, I sound like a giddy teenager in love for the very first time. Maybe I am. Sometimes I'm scared that all this time with you was nothing but a dream too good to be true. I'm afraid that when I return to Montreal, I'll realize you never existed. Or if you do exist, you don't remember me. I wish I had a picture of the two of us so I would know for sure it was real. I long for your embrace and the taste of your sweet lips. I love you, M.
Doris Day.
Oh my god.
That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S.
Doris I.S. Oh. Dear Anne, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. Has it been 6 months already since I left Montreal? As you always say, let pass the bite. I don't know. Let time pass something. The time passes so fast? I don't know French. I'm just guessing. My parents are glad I'm done with my studies. They always thought it was a strange idea for me to go to university. Now they want me to find a husband and have children like any other woman. I think I will. These past few months, I had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you. But we cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We were lucky our story lasted as long as it did, and foolish to think it would last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more and more difficult every day. You will always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it is time for us to go our separate ways. You made me feel like a teenager. You made everything but the present disappear. Now I need to be an adult and think about the future. Okay.
That riddle's a Duffy. Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Past, present, and future. The two keys, the letters back and forth, all of the shared memories, neatly preserved for more than a decade. Anne and Marcella were in love. There's no doubt about it, and then Marcella broke things off, feeling the burden of their secret. She felt that if they parted ways and hid all of this under lock and key, that she could have a normal life. Now Anne and Marcella are both here at the Clarenton over a decade later in adjacent rooms. I don't think their story is over just yet. Anne's riddle. According to one of the letters in the chest, Anne bought Marcella something that needs a 4-letter key to open. Could that be the case I found on Marcella's bed in 509? I need to figure out 2 5-letter words, both related to Anne and Marcella's past. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. This one was black. I don't think it's white. Her cat! I don't need a new pair of eyes. Her cat, her cat. Yeah.
A cat named Greta.
So Grease?
R.
Gris? Oh, we should probably put everything back, huh? I want to leave everything like it was. It's Gris.
So, GR from Greta and IS from Doris. Gree? Could that be the code for the case on the bed in 509? It's worth a try.
Oh. It unlocked! Yo! Puzzle Master. My type of writer.
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
Yo? Dear Marcella, or I should say Bridget. You know, I prefer a good old crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title, and they were roommates. I bought it on an impulse at a train station and read it from cover to cover during their journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized our story? You may have changed the names and locations, but all of our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, our trip to Quebec City. You often send writers or thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It has been almost 10 years since I received your last letter. The letter that painted our relationship as nothing more than a summer fling. At first, I could not believe you had written those words. Then I waited in vain for your answer, and you had to accept your love for me had never been real. For many years, I was broken-hearted, angry, confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, your book, am I foolish to think it's proof you really loved me? In any case, I hope you're well, and I'm happy to see you accomplish your dream of becoming a writer.
Oh, man. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice.
Dear Marcella, I didn't expect you to reply to my letter, but I'm happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Louis was half the man you say Hector is. He has quite a temper and hits me frequently. I'm willing to put up with it as long as he doesn't hurt Michael, but there are some days when it becomes almost unbearable. The other day I dreamt of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice again, but suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner and I was John Garfield, and we were both plotting to kill my husband. I hate to admit it, but I almost hope it was a premonitory. To answer your question, I do still have our box. My brother is currently in Atlanta for work, and I was thinking of going to see him with Michael next month. If you're able to meet me there, we could open the box. Open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all those years ago. I hope to hear from you soon. P.S. Do you remember that secret language we invented so Sister Miller couldn't understand the notes we passed her in her class? I still do.
I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed.
So, are they just meeting up, or are they planning to kill her husband? Dear Marcella, thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think it's your greatest work yet, but I do have a few comments to make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain she will cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy, and they won't be as long as they remain together, as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it would be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and rode into the sunset with Eve. Imagine if they went to New York or Los Angeles, someplace where people like us are tolerated. Imagine if they got to have their happy ending. It would be the best story ever. I hope you will consider it. P.S. I know you say invisibility protects us, but don't you just wish you to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like people to know you are Bridget Boswell? To recognize you on the street? To recognize you for your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
Oh, dear Marcella, I left the house. I left Louis. Maybe it is Louise. This is like a French Canadian. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't lie anymore. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life? To hide your work and your novels from your husband? I had so much less to hide, and yet Michael and I are staying at the Clarendon Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come and see me in Montreal? I really need you by my side right now. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Louise to scour every hotel guest book in the region looking for me under his surname, so I was registered under the name Beaumont. Wow.
After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected.
Dear Marcella, although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in a psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. None of the treatments were working, and I wasn't getting any better. Is this Morgan? I became friends with one of the nurses, who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones, but then I picked up Bridget Boswell's first novel, your novel. I had never read such a beautiful love story. It almost brought tears to my eyes. I immediately urged the nurse to get me more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. The doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Oh, is he stalking her because he really likes her books? Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. Lindsay's not a girl. I had always felt for him the same way your characters feel for each other. Lindsay's not a girl. I should have known in the picture. Oh, everyone's gay up in this hotel. Good for them. Oh, but I never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivated me to get better and leave the hospital. I hope to hear back from him soon. After my discharge, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me. I've discovered Bridget was a pseudonium. How do you say that? I said it earlier, I think. Pseudium. So tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I am a very patient and resourceful man, and I never give up. That's kind of creepy. Do you think we can meet? I have so much more to tell you.
I'm glad you were
Dear
able
Marcella.
to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to.
Thank you for answering my letter. I realize now how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor to give me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I want to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him. I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. I wish I could take a train to Virginia, but that's not an option right now as I can barely pay the rent. I guess I will have to find a job. As a kid, I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I tried getting some odd jobs already, but police turned me down as soon as they learned what I've spent the last 10 years of my life. If it continues like this, I'll probably end up on the street like so many of my army buddies. That's awful. That's awful. Why am I even telling you all this? After reading your books and getting to know you through them, I tend to forget I'm only a stranger to you. I hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener, and I've been feeling rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. Anyway, please tell me more about your life, and do not hesitate to write long letters. I must have read your previous one 1,000 times already.
An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
What? Dear Marcella, I just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. Words cannot even begin to describe how empty I feel. He died 2 years ago, before I even sent my first letter. He will never know my feelings for him, and I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. I wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere. Even during the war, amidst the death and chaos, he would marvel at the forests of Germany, at the sun, the birds. He loved birds so much. He could identify them just by listening to their song. I have to admit your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer. But now there's nothing keeping me here. I am desperate for anything that will help me forget the pain. But I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you could give me an advance on my salary? In spite of everything, I'm really excited to know I'll finally meet you. Is that why she took $5,000 out of her account?
Oh, Lindsay's a man. Yeah, I guess it was presumptuous of me to think otherwise.
Definitely presumptuous. Anything else? Just Lindsay's a man? Was there anything here we could have,
So the symbols I've been deciphering, you invented them back in the day to keep your love secret. That feels really special.
That does feel really special. It's kind of sad that they had to do that.
So, let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
Oh. I don't think we should open it, should we?
I wonder what's in it.
We could open it.
I mean, that's kinda illegal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, too late. I've always known I would end up one day.
So?
It's 3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California?
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So,
True.
Anna and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
That's a little
Yeah.
weird.
But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
Marcella did hire him, but we don't know what for.
I think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What did she hire him for? To investigate her own affair?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
It's
Yeah,
always
right.
been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama,
Oh, there has to be more,
At least it
right?
made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
And who are you behind closed doors? Of course we're gonna
What
flirt.
about you? Who is Beth Lambert when no one's looking?
I like to think that with me, what you see is what you get. But maybe an extra snoopy super sleuth could uncover a few more layers. Maybe ones I didn't even know I had.
Challenge accepted.
Come see me when your shift ends, alright? We could wait together
Ooh.
if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work at a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well,
How
we
nice.
could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
Oh, did they just talk for a bit? That's kind of sweet. Well,
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
awesome. We did it. We figured out the mystery. No murder, though. I don't know why I thought it was a murder mystery. I don't know how this is going to end. All well that ends well. After looking inside Marcella's typewriter case, I think everything's fallen into place. There are a few lingering questions, but I think this is as far as the story goes for now. Anne and Marcella arranged to be here at the same time so they could rekindle the relationship they started when they were in college. I really feel for them after spending the day learning their story. I hope it has a happy ending. So, I'm going to make a save here. I think we're done here. I don't think there's anything we need to do. Sorry, Eugene. I got 2 people fired. What's that noise? What's happening? I'm gonna make a save right here. What the fuck? What is happening? That's definitely blood that I see, yeah? Oh! They didn't really hide that they killed someone. Bro, why is there so much blood? Who is it? It's a dude. Oh, this is awful. Don't touch him. He's definitely dead.
Mr. Cruz?
He's definitely dead.
Cruz.
Oh God. Oh God. What happened?
What happened
Mr.
indeed?
Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him? Marcella? Okay, let's not jump to conclusions.
Oh, we're jumping to conclusions,
Is this
alright.
about Paul? Does that mean...
Oh God, dear Mr. Cruz, thank you for reporting the guests. An unacceptable behavior. We will look into it as soon as possible. However, I regret to inform you that we cannot divulge a guest's personal information, regardless of that guest's behavior. As I am sure you will understand, we are very concerned with our guest's privacy and our staff's pride itself on its discretion. Please contact us should that guest bother you again. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I feel like if I exit out of this section, I will miss my chance to throw these away. Do I need to throw them away? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think I'm gonna step away from this, and I think we should avoid the blood.
I have to get the power back on.
Hector. What on earth happened? I was on the 5th floor and heard the elevator door ringing repeatedly, so I went to go check it out. I found Hector's body between the elevator doors lying in a pool of blood. Oh God. So I went to check it out. Oh God. I just checked his pulse and couldn't feel anything. On his person were 2 pieces of paper, a letter from Bernard, and a copy of Hector's life insurance policy. My head is swirling with questions. What does it all mean? How did this happen? Who could have done this to Hector? If this was in fact someone else's doing. Lights out. And then the lights went out, as if the situation wasn't ominous enough. I need to get the power running again, and then I'll figure out what to do about poor Hector. I may as well try fiddling with the fuse box in the janitor's closet. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. 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 We go fix the power. What?
It's too big. I guess I'll need something pointier.
Think, Sophie, think. What can you use to open the fuse box?
Oh, Jesus. Listen, damn it, the fuse box is locked and I have to get it open. I'll call Eugene for help now. What can I use to pry it open? There must be something here on the 5th floor. We got so much clutter around, I'm sure I'll find something if I just go looking. What about in here?
I don't think there's anything here that would help me.
Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm assuming we're gonna have to walk down the bloody hallway. I'm assuming, because that's a new way that's opened. But let's try to avoid the blood if we can. I don't know if we can. Wait, we've been in here, haven't we? Right, the kids' room. Okay, looks like we didn't get it in our footprints. But how do we... Okay, we're not making footprints. I'm assuming we're okay.
Hello? Is anyone in? Hello? I
need help. What happened over here? Oh. Okay. I don't want to step in the blood, but there is notes over here. Excuse me.
Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace.
Oh no. Montreal's much bigger than I expected. Big cities always make me feel lonely, and that feeling was only exacerbated this morning by the fact that everyone around me was speaking a language I could not understand. I bought an English-French dictionary at the train station, but I don't think I'll need it after all. English speakers seem more common in the downtown area, thank God. The hotel is nice. When I arrived, the whole staff was busy getting ready for some big event. It wasn't until I saw Marcella enter the lobby with a flower bouquet that I realized today's Valentine's Day. Hector and her were gone in a flash, and I was left feeling more alone than ever, wishing Lindsay was here with me. Helping Marcella out these past weeks has been a great distraction, but it still hurts so much every time I think about him. I'd hoped the pain would have gone by now. I'll probably need a double dose of Miltone to sleep tonight. Oh.
So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us.
Today I wanted to follow Marcella and Hector out of the hotel, but the sidewalks were so packed with people that I started having a panic attack. I tried taking a cab, and that's when I realized I was out of money. It's been a while since Marcella's last payment, and the hotel room was more expensive than I had anticipated. I couldn't resort to selling the camera, so I decided to pawn my victory medal instead. It was hard letting it go after so many years, and yet it also felt strangely liberating. Maybe it's a sign I shouldn't be holding on to the past so much. To fight boredom until Marcella and Hector's return, I started looking at the hotel staff. I heard Andrew and Beth at the reception desk discussing books and movies. They both seemed like nice people. I wish I had found the courage to join their conversation. When you look at people all day and they never look back, you start feeling invisible. I noticed that Sophie, the maid in charge of cleaning the 5th floor, seems to share my interest for other people's lives. Maybe I should try talking to her.
Paul was hiding
Who's sneaking out
right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night?
Who's sneaking out of the room every night? The question has been driving me crazy since my first night at the hotel, so tonight I decided to investigate. I found a hiding spot near the ice machine with a nice view of the whole corridor. My camera's at the ready, but there's been no movement for at least 3 hours, and I'm fighting not to fall asleep. No need for Miltone tonight. I thought about a detective would be more exciting. I thought being a detective would be more exciting. Maybe Marcella's right. Maybe it's time I let go of Mr. Spade.
9:45? So Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504.
I woke around 9:30 a.m. and realized I had fallen asleep sometime in the early morning. I was about to go back to my room when the guest from room 507 came to sit on one of the chairs close by. She's been there ever since, and I don't dare leave my hiding spot in front of her. Marcella joined the guests from 507 around 9:45. Apparently, she told Hector she didn't love him anymore, and he's now convinced she's been cheating on him. That explains why he assaulted me out of the blue yesterday evening and accused me of having an affair with his wife. Oh, God. The guest from 507, I've learned her name is Anne. She has just said she might have an idea on how to solve their problem. I'm thinking of revealing myself, but I don't want to anchor Marcella. The longer I wait, the more awkward it will be when I do come out. Maybe I should.
Oh, so Paul's work with Marcella was to follow her around like a private investigator, to help her with research for her novel.
Oh. Dear Paul, I'm sorry to hear you are in such a dire situation. You seem to possess a lot of useful skills, and it's a shame employees cannot see past your medical history, but don't despair. I have been writing novels for almost 8 years now. My publisher takes most of the sales revenue, but I was still able to collect a substantial sum of money over the years. Now I would like to use that money to hire you. I'm getting tired of romance novels, and I'm thinking of branching out into crime fiction as a sort of research. I would like you to follow me around town and take notes of my comings and goings. I am aware this is a very unusual job, but considering you were able to track me down, I believe you would make a great private detective. In addition to your salary, I would cover all work-related expenses, and you would, of course, be the first to read the manuscript once it's finished.
Paul really got into his role.
Dear Paul, I hope spying on me isn't proving too exhausting. You really inspired me so far, and I already have tons of ideas. The trench coats you brought were a nice touch. You look straight out of a film noir. I also noticed you started smoking. It's probably another way for you to get into character, but maybe that's pushing it a little too far. You know best, of course, but don't pick up drinking next. At this rate, I should be able to start writing in 2 or 3 weeks. Thanks again for your help.
He followed Marcella to Montreal even though she was done with her research.
Paul, why did you follow me to Montreal? As I already told you, I do not require your services anymore. I'm starting to worry you are taking your role a bit too seriously. You're not a real detective, you have to let go. Can I... Okay. Oh, no. I have left footprints. Oh god, I am leaving footprints now. What's this? It's his camera. God, I left footprints.
Okay. This looks like something I can use to open the fuse box.
Does it stop? Oh my god.
A, B, and Beaumont.
Or her actual name, Bercy, was it? Why can't I open that? What the hell? I left footprints.
These look like Marcella's pearls. What happened here?
I think I ruined the crime
Fuse
scene, by
box.
the way.
Just get to the fuse box in the janitor's closet, Sophie. It's not far.
I think I ruined the crime scene. I tampered with it. Okay. Just down the hall. Everything's fine. Oh, we've been in here. Everything's fine. I was like, who left this door open? It was me. I did that. Oh, not the screwdriver. Sorry.
It's too big. That worked, thank God. Now, to get the power back. Eugene.
What the hell?
What I would give to have you with me right now.
We got him fired, though.
Your note will have to make do.
If there's a power outage and I'm busy preventing another part of this hotel from collapsing, here's what to do. Check fuse box plan for required amperage of each socket. Remove all brown fuses from sockets. Brown fuses are usually blackened. Screw in new fuses in sockets. Make sure amperage is correct. Flick big lever to restore power. What do we... There's only 3 fuses we can...
Yes, this is what I need.
I don't know what we need, I'm gonna be honest. Fuse S? How do we know?
Getting the fuse box open was half the battle. Now I need to take a look inside and fix what needs fixing.
Fusing fuses. I used an ice pick from the ice room to get the fuse box door open, but I should have guessed my work went in there. Why couldn't there just be a switch labeled power that I could flip? Some of the fuses on the panel have blown, so placing those should be the first thing I do. Thank God Eugene left detailed instructions on the inside of the fuse box. It's helpful in a way having a task to focus on and keep my thoughts away from Hector. Alright, I don't know what fuses we need to put in. So P is 25. 15 is A, so we put 15 here. S is 20. We need a 30. Would that be the G? Type A, 20, so we need a type S. I hope I did this right. Oh, we have power. Amateur electrician. What do we do?
Power's back. Now I should go down to the lobby. Call
How
the police.
are we gonna go down the lobby? I'd never been more grateful for electricity. The light from the window in the janitor's closet was enough for me to see that what I was doing with the fuse box, and it occurred to me that had it been at any later in the day, I would have been up at the creek without a paddle. I'll head down to the lobby, go straight to the reception, and get the police on the phone. The nightmare's almost over, so I hope. Okay. I don't think there's anything else we should be doing right now. You want me to go in the elevator?
Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor, I probably won't be able to come back.
What do you mean, is there anything you've forgotten? So I had no fear about anyone coming up here and seeing me do stuff. I think I'm gonna get rid of these. Because now there's a police investigation going on. I don't want to get fired for that. Sorry. I think Marcella killed her husband. Okay. I noticed that there was other safes in the rooms. Didn't we also get like I have a half a note here. 216. Half erase code. But do we know where that was from? Okay, I can't really figure it out. Maybe we'll figure that out on our second playthrough when we're going to be more following a guide. But I guess let's save here. And if we want, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we'll figure it out. We'll make a save. 78% done. I guess we have to... Yep. I don't know how we're going to leave. Yes, let me leave.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that must be awful.
I'm so sorry.
Oof. I think I really tampered with the evidence too much.
Phone. I need a phone.
The worst phone call to make. I restored the power on the 5th floor, but the rest of the hotel is still in the dark. At least I was able to make it to the lobby. I had to move Hector to get inside the elevator. I just want to forget that part, but it happened. It made me think of my mom. How many times did she have to move someone after they've succumbed to a fatal wound? Did she ever get used to it? Oh, Mom, I wish you were here right now. I have to call the police and let them know about Hector. The phone by the reception should work. Hello?
Beth?
Where is everyone? Why is this out?
Anybody down here?
Yo, where is everyone? Hey, what's that? Cool. No, like for real, where is everyone? This is like a horror movie now. Alright, we'll just make the call then.
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby. But the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you.
Oh my god, where is everyone? We've never been back here.
So Anne and Marcella really are planning to run off together. Was what happened to Hector part of their plan?
Oh my god.
Is this the brochure Beth was talking about? The one that came in the mail for Anne? The West Coast. That's about as far from Montreal as you can get without crossing an ocean. Why does
Where
the
is Beth? She
VIP
just
want to meet with Paul? Maybe he fell for his role playing and wants to hire him as a private investigator.
To all reception staff, discard previous instructions. Our prestigious guest has expressed the desire to meet the guests from room 505. I cannot fathom what such an illustrious man wants from such a freak, but if you see him, please direct him towards my office. Don't call him a freak.
Bernard really wants Paul out of the hotel.
I have heard more reports on the guests from room 505 and his strange behavior, following people around, spying on guests. As you are all aware, we have a very prestigious guest in room 602, and I would hate for his stay at our distinguished establishment to be tarnished because of some other undesirable guest. Inform the guests in 505 that he must vacate his room as soon as possible. Invent an excuse if you have to. Also note that from now on, our if you can pay, you can stay policy no longer applies. Guests who do not fit the hotel's new elevated standards should be denied a room.
Okay, I can see how this could make Paul look bad. But it's obvious Bernard cares more about the hotel's reputation than the guests' well-being.
Should we do anything with this? Wait in and out. The police are on their way. I think that's the most I can do right now. It hasn't completely undone the knots in my stomach and the tension in my shoulders, but it's a start. I might as well write a bit to pass the time until they arrive. I don't know what will happen next. If my hunch is correct and Hector was indeed murdered, I suppose the police's main priority would be to determine who did it. I'm probably going to have to answer some questions, aren't I? We got more clues. Oh my gosh.
No, I just have to wait for the police.
Where is everyone? Literally everyone. Everyone's gone. Oh. Please tell me that's Beth.
Oh, hey you. Great timing, right? I'm thinking if we're lucky, Bernard will let us go home. No point in working in the dark. Sophie? Bean, you're not scared of the dark, are you?
Oh no.
Is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
Oh, you did? What was the bloke up to?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Beth.
Oh, merde. Merde. Sit down, okay? You look like you're about to faint.
Bro, it's some fucked up shit. Finding a body.
Have you called the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was there an accident?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Merde. Do you think it could have been Anne and Marcella?
Oh. I mean... It's possible? I don't know. I don't think we know enough. We don't have a maybe option. It's yes or no. We're gonna say yes.
I found something on Hector that would point to that. Yes.
Wait, so you touched the body? The dead body?
I didn't... I mean, yes, kind of.
Sophie, rule number 1 when stumbling upon a dead body. Do not touch. It could really get you in trouble. So, what did you find?
There was this letter that made it sound like Marcella would get a lot of money from her husband's death.
Throw the affair into the mix and you get a pretty good motive.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm probably going to hell for saying this. Who am I kidding? I'm going to hell anyway. But I can't really blame her if she did it.
We're lesbians.
Not being able to be with the person you love must be so heartbreaking. I can understand wanting to find a way to escape.
You can?
I mean, I can't excuse murder, but I understand.
I'm glad you do. You know, that photographer I've told you about, Ziva Rivers? She was more than a gal pal. We were together for a while, and I was so in love. It was like a fire Rain couldn't put out. I guess like anything that intense, it wasn't meant to last. But while it lasted, I was the happiest I've ever been. And if something had come between us, kept us apart, I would have done just about anything to be with her. Maybe that's what happened here with Anne and Marcella.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with this.
Maybe now you can understand why I care so much about you.
Ooh.
I don't know if I'm feeling inspired by Anne and Marcella, or if it's the shock of being so close to an actual murder, but, I'd really like for us to be more than just friends, Sophie.
Ooh, right now, the timing is not good. I'm in shock. We're gonna say me too, but I'm in shock. I just found a dead body.
Yeah, I'd like that too.
That's... that's great.
Oh, heck
Police
yeah.
is here.
In the snowstorm.
Be mindful of what you tell them, okay?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, of course.
That's loud as shit, bro. And then we skip to us being questioned.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy? Miss Roy!
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
Oh, boy.
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child
Because his
after all.
body was blocking the doors. Why would I lie? Why would I lie? Mr. Cruz's body was blocking the doors.
Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that
I had
close
to leave.
the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up.
Of course.
What did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
I like how we have an option to lie the entire time.
No,
I used an ice
didn't.
pick.
Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
I might have touched a few
have touched a few things. Just to figure out what had happened to Mr. Cruz.
Of course you did. Why so many witnesses can't help but compromise the evidence is just beyond me.
Sorry.
Anyway, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
Bro, did you not see the... Oh! I don't want to get fired. I don't want to get fired.
I just assumed. What with all the blood? It just didn't look like an accident, you know?
I see. Would you say you're an observant person, Miss Roy?
I think I would, yes.
Good. Then maybe you can help me fill in a few details about this case.
I'll do my best.
Let's start with the victim's wife, Marcela Cruz. Apparently she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
Oh, shit. We're gonna say we don't know nothing about
I don't
no
really
one.
know anything. She just looks like a loving, caring wife.
Really? That's odd, because we learned a lot about Mrs. Cruz when we went through her room. And let's just say that loving, caring wife are not the first words that would come to mind.
Oh?
She's a lesbian, involved in some sordid affair with the guest from room 507, Mrs. Beaumont.
Oh my god.
Have you ever witnessed them engaging in immoral behavior?
What do you mean?
I'm asking if you've seen them being, intimate.
No, I haven't. No.
And did you hear them discuss their deviant ways in front
my
of Mrs.
God.
Beaumont's son, perhaps? Imagine what kind of effect such perversion can have on a young child.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Did you hear them express their hatred of men? Did they ever talk about
No.
using violence against men? Did you hear them speak ill of Mr. Cruz?
Oh my god, we gotta deny it right here and now. We didn't hear nothing.
No, I didn't hear any of that. I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
No, I'm sure you are. But we're not quite done yet, Miss Roy. We've
Uh-oh.
learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
I don't know nothing.
I don't know much. Only that he seems nice.
Nice. I wouldn't be so sure.
Oh?
We found out
We
that
have
Mr.
all the
Spade
evidence.
is fresh out of a madhouse. When we called the police,
Oh.
they painted quite the picture of him. Did you ever see him display odd behavior in or around the hotel?
No. I mean, we've all got our little quirks, don't we?
Did he seem obsessed with Mrs. Cruz?
A little, maybe, but
Obsessed enough to kill her husband?
no.
my
Nothing
God.
like that. We all have our obsessions. Me, for instance. I'm obsessed with celebrities and gossip magazines, and...
You don't seem to understand, Miss Roy. Mr. Spade is not like you and me. He may look like us, but he's not. He's dangerous
so
and needs to
fucked up.
be taken off the streets. So tell me, did you ever see him be violent or aggressive?
No, I
No.
didn't.
All right then.
Can I leave now?
Yes, you can. Thank you for your cooperation, Miss Roy. We'll be
I
in
think
touch
we
if
fucked
we
up.
have any more questions.
I think we fucked up. Well, what now? What's the ending to this? Back at the hotel? Really? Oh.
Bernard was strangely chipper on the phone. That can't be a good sign. I guess I'll know soon enough. Let's go see what Bernard wants.
Bro. Maurice Tremblay. Maurice Tremblay is a detective lieutenant with the Montreal police. He's about what one would expect from a detective: stern, straight-laced, tired, and always carrying either a mug of coffee or a notebook. He looked like he hadn't slept in days, which makes sense with how hard the police have been working themselves trying to round up every last supposed deviant in the city. Deviant. Maurice is old-fashioned, like a lot of men in his age. His assumptions about women, or anyone who isn't like him for that matter, made that clear. I wish he wasn't the one in charge of the investigation into Hector's murder, but I'm not sure any other detective would make much of a difference. Roger. Roger's the policeman who escorted me through the precinct. Precinct? How do you say that? I don't know. Sorry. When I was called in to be interrogated. He seems nice enough. I wish I had more to work with, but I have to remember that I can't get inside everyone's head. Oh, the interrogation. I never imagined I would be sitting in an interrogation room at a police precinct. How do you say that? It's okay. We'll just move on. It was like something out of a crime film, the kind of scene you watch and wonder what you would do if you were in that character's place. I did the best I could when answering Detective Tremblay's questions. He seemed content with what I gave him in the end, so I hope that's the last time I'll have to deal with the police. I suppose there's nothing to do but wait for the outcome of the investigation. After the storm, it's been tough being alone with my thoughts since the hotel closed 2 days ago. According to the papers, the police are still investigating and still haven't made any charges yet. I just hope they take the time to get it right. The last thing this whole ordeal needs is an innocent person put behind bars. Anyway, this morning I got a call from Bernard calling me into the hotel. He sounded surprisingly chipper. Cheerful, even. I wonder how I'll feel walking into the Claritin again after everything that's happened. Well, everything's been cleaned up and
The atmosphere is
marked
so
off.
different in here. Will it ever feel like it used to?
I don't know.
It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens. Anne, Marcella, and Paul are all suspects for Hector's murder. Was there anything I could have done to protect them?
There probably was if we threw out all the evidence of them being lesbians and him being a veteran who'd been to a psychiatric hospital. Death and deviancy at Clarington's doors. Montreal's police continue to move forward with the investigation and to the tragic death of an American tourist, Hector Cruz. The 32-year-old insurance agent, accompanied by his wife, was enjoying a stay at the Clarington Hotel when his life was tragically cut short on Monday. Though the investigation is yet to conclude, Detective Lieutenant Maurice Tremblay revealed to the press that Mr. Cruz's death has been ruled a murder. Multiple suspects have been apprehended and taken in for questioning. One such suspect is Paul Morgan, an unmarried Army veteran who stayed at the Clarington alone 2 doors down from Mr. Cruz. On Sunday, one day before the murder, Morgan was seen verbally, then physically provoking Mr. Cruz in the hotel lobby. Investigations have revealed that Morgan is a former patient of McCord Psychiatric Hospital in Syracuse, New York. According to hospital personnel, Morgan was admitted for displaying erratic, occasionally aggressive behavior. He was released less than a year ago. Mr. Morgan immediately struck me as a strange and unsettling, recalled Bernard Leduc, owner of the Clarington. I was the most vocal in my desire to eject him from the hotel as soon as possible, and I took great strides to make this happen. This sucks. Oh, we got the worst ending, I bet. Although no formal charges have been filed as of yet, the incident has led to an increased interest in the movement against the planned construction of the Ray of Light Psychiatric Hospital. In a strange twist of fate, if construction is sanctioned, the hospital is to be located just down the street from the Clarington. The victim's wife, Marcella Cruz, is also considered a person of interest by the police. Mrs. Cruz, absent following the discovery of Mr. Cruz's body, was seen as conspicuous and suspicious, said Detective Lieutenant Tremblay, adding that further evidence suggests that Mrs. Cruz is involved in a homosexual affair. Those dang homosexuals. I don't know who murdered him, but I think it was Marcella. Mrs. Cruz was apprehended by a policeman at the Greer Centrale de Montreal. She was in the company of another of the Clarington's guests, one Anne Bursey, whom police suspect is the woman with whom Mrs. Cruz engaged in sexual deviancy. Mrs. Bursey, a resident of Montreal, is a housewife pursuing a divorce from her husband, Louis Bursey. She and her 9-year-old son Michael eluded Mr. Bursey by occupying a room at Clarington for over a month. In an interview with the Montrealer, Mr. Bursey deplored his wife's penchants for melodrama and urged her to cease poisoning their son's mind. Mr. Bursey was frank about his wife's history of poor decision-making, including making frequent late-night visits to the White Cat. The White Cat is one of the city's many underground bars and meeting spots known to attract sexual deviants such as Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Bursey. Yesterday evening, Montreal police promised more raids to continue to counter the growing number of such establishments. Awful, first of all. Awful. Why would I clean it? Why would I clean it? We can go in here? I'm surprised. I'm not gonna do any cleaning. I'm not even getting paid right now. Oh, I have to clean it. I have to clean it. They're forcing me to be a maid again. Oh my god, I can't believe I have to be a maid on my day off. Oh, the game lags so bad sometimes. Yep.
Ugh, go to hell.
Oh.
Beth,
Oh,
Hey,
are you okay?
I'm out of a job. But other than that, yeah, everything's
why?
What? No,
I hope you're luckier than I am. Come join me when he's done with you, alright? I'll be questioning my life choices on the mezzanine.
Why did she
Yeah.
get fired?
yeah, okay.
Huh? Why did Beth get fired?
Miss
You
Roy.
fired everyone?
Come in. I suppose you know why you're here?
No. He just assumes that I would know.
I'm
Not
sure,
really.
Actually, your phone call was a bit vague.
Yes, well, I prefer to have this conversation in person. We've been getting a lot of
Ugh.
press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable. To have one's life's work blown away like that. All thanks to some sexual deviance and a nut job.
Yikes.
It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act. Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms,
Oh.
satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. I had planned to give this month's Employee of the Month title to Wendy, but since she's no longer with us, I'm thinking of giving it to
Wait.
you instead.
Really?
You're giving me a
You
promotion?
know, it comes with the responsibility of being a glowing example for other staff members to follow. Is this something you believe you can do?
If it comes with a reward, yes.
Would it come with a reward?
I see you're a pragmatist. Yes, it would.
Okay. Then I'll do it.
Good. I expect you to be here on Monday, first thing in the morning. There's a lot of work to be done before the reopening. That'll be all.
I got a promotion? Why did Beth get fired? I'm confused about that part. I should have said fuck this place with her.
Hey,
Hey,
what a week.
yeah. So, what did Bernard want with you?
He offered me the Employee of the Month title.
Good for you, Bean! A shame I won't get to be there when you receive your award.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
why did you get fired?
Hey, it's not your fault.
I know, but it's so unfair that I get rewarded while you lose your job.
Don't feel bad about it. You deserve it more than I do.
Did Bernard
But why?
say why he was firing you?
Ugh. He was going on and on about keeping deviants out of the hotel. So, I may have lost my cool a little.
Oh.
A little?
I told him I was one of those deviants he was so afraid of. He froze for a moment, then showed me the door.
So,
Yeah,
what's
what's
next for
next?
you?
I think I'm done working under Bernard's or Linda's. Maybe it's time I become my own Bernard. Minus the fascism, of course. I could see myself owning my own establishment, one that caters to the right kind of crowd. Believe it or not, I do enjoy with people, just not, the stuck-up, entitled clientele of this prestigious hotel. But maybe if I were behind the counter of, say, a bar, instead of a reception desk. I don't know. Is that silly?
No, it's not. In fact, you'd be perfect for it. You're the most charming person I know.
Thank you. I'm
Oh.
really glad you're in my life.
Me too. Can I?
Kiss.
Right in the hotel after my promotion?
I thought you'd never ask.
Yo!
That was...
I know.
Oh, they're cute. I wish I quit instead of accepting the promotion. Kiss, 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 yes! I don't want to lie like
I've been
Anna and
thinking about
Marcella.
Anna and Marcella a lot.
Should I be jealous?
No, not in that way. I've been thinking about what they went through. How they had to lie and pretend. Day after day. How they had to live someone else's life for 10 years before they could finally be with each other. I don't think I could do that.
Well, I have good news for you, Bean. Times are changing. It's already started elsewhere. And it will get here, eventually. One day, all the Annes and Marcellas of the world will live happily together, and no one will give a damn.
I really hope that's true.
It will be.
Is that our ending? Is that all we get? Three conspirators charged in Clarington Hotel murder case. Damn. Oh! Oh! He's locked away. That's so sad. Yeah, Lindsay. Damn. We did not do well for the lesbians. This is an L for the lesbians. Assume that's Michael. I got Employee of the Month. What is that? A vacuum? All's well that ends well? we had 3 people locked up for one murder. And that's the ending. This game is really unique. I think I might go back on this save and tell Bernard to fuck off. I don't want his whatever of the month, employee of the month. I actually really like this game. It made you think a lot, obviously. It's a mystery. A murder mystery in the end. Very unique. I don't want to say too much. I do love that it was centered around gay people and how that factored in, especially if you're romancing Beth. I like that. I like how it all comes together. We really did not help any of our homies in the rooms, in the 5th floor rooms. We didn't help any of them. I guess, in hindsight, you wouldn't know. So I guess you would wait until the very end to clean everything. And to throw things away. Like, throw away all the evidence that had, shown, Paul in the psychiatric ward, or showed any correspondence between, Anne and Marcella. Like, either just throw it all away. Just throw it all away. No evidence anywhere. Nothing. And they'll be free. I don't know if they killed him, and I don't know what was actually going on. And there was a lot of things we haven't... I'm pretty sure we couldn't unlock. Like, there was a safe we couldn't unlock that I don't know how to get the code for, but I think I am going to do another playthrough, and we will be romancing or having Andrew as our acolyte. But I will be following a heavy guide to help with achievements and trophies. Or just trophies, I guess, since I'm playing on the PlayStation. So we can explore all the other options if we can. I don't know what ending we did get. I'll have to look at that. Is this the end of the credits? But I will explore all the other options if we can. It's a very short game once you know what you're doing, and I'm not going to read everything in my second playthrough. So, yeah. I really like it. It's very unique. I had a glitch with the snow early on, but other than that, it did lag a little bit in some parts. I'm not sure why that was the case. But otherwise, I loved it. It was a great game, and I will be doing a second playthrough, a more heavy on the guide playthrough. Is there anything else that can be shown, or is that it? Okay, let me see if I can load back in to an 98% to an autosave before we enter. I'm assuming it's this one. Bernard's office, so we can say fuck you. Literally right before it. Okay, I'll see you guys. I mean, we're about to enter it, so let's just do it.
Ugh, go to hell.
Beth,
I don't know how we got Beth.
are you okay?
I'm out of a job. But other than that, yeah, everything's just peachy.
What? No, I
Is it about the murder?
guess it has something to do with the murder.
Well, you'd be right about that. We've been getting a lot of press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable. To have one's life's work blown away like that. All thanks to some sexual deviance and a nut job. It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act. Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've
With
heard,
us.
you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. I had planned to give this month's Employee of the Month title to Wendy, but since she's no longer with us, I'm thinking of giving it to you instead.
Really?
You should know it comes with the responsibility of being a glowing example for other staff members to follow. Is this something you believe you can do?
Like, can we just say, I don't think I can get fired? Let's see it.
Me? No, I don't think I can.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I've heard this month's reward from Weston's will be quite nice. Well, I'm sure one of your colleagues will be more than happy to have it. That'll be all.
Oh, that's it? I don't get to say fuck you? So what changes in the ending? Can we skip dialogue?
I told him I was one of
We
those.
can. I know you'll bounce back. We'll say that
I'm
next.
not one bit worried about you. I know you'll be just fine.
Yeah, I do have a cat-like ability to land on my feet.
And think of all the good times you'll have away from Bernard.
I'll miss annoying him. He turns into a particular shade of red that only I can get out of him. But no, you're right. It's time for new challenges. I could see myself owning my own establishment, one that caters to... Believe it or not, I do enjoy... But...
No, it's not. In fact...
I'm...
Me too.
And then we kiss. We'll kiss.
Kiss me?
Yes.
I thought you'd never ask.
That was...
I know.
Okay, and then we'll do this. What do you think will happen to our
What do you think will
guests?
happen to them?
Who?
Sorry, my mind wanders sometimes. I meant Paul, Anne, and Marcella. Do you think they'll be released?
Yeah, I think so. Paul will probably become a famed photographer. His portrait of you will be hanged at the Louvre, entitled The Inconspicuous Maid. It will sell for millions.
Is that so?
Yeah, and Anne and Marcella will ride into the sunset on the back of two Appaloozas, watching over their newly acquired ranch. They'll be constantly followed by their only sheep. They'll call him Paul, for old time's sake.
I like that. I just want them to be happy.
They're not gonna be happy. They're not gonna be happy. Alright, let's see if there's anything different in the end screenshots. Oh, it looks like one has a black eye. Anne had a black eye is what it looked like. No love to be found besides for us. Why does his eye look messed up too? It looks so spooky. We're just cleaning? That's the only difference? We couldn't quit. But we're happy. Alright, well, I guess, can't skip this. Hang on. With that, I guess we will call this, playthrough, this first playthrough, to a close. I really wish we could have got better endings for the Sapphics, at least, and Paul. I don't know what happened. Mr. Cruz did get killed, but I don't know what happened. We didn't know enough. I think there was more information we could have found out, but I wasn't able to do that on my own. But maybe with our next playthrough, which we'll be going for, Andrew. I'm might do another quick one with Beth. Just to have a happy ending with her. But I don't think it matters. I think we'll see the same steals even if we pick Andrew this time. I don't know how I got Beth fired. I'm assuming my actions did something. But I thoroughly enjoy this, and I'm super excited to go back through it with the guide to get all of the trophies and make sure to give everyone a happy ending, I suppose. We won't fire everyone. Maybe we can get Linda fired. I don't know. But yeah, guys, if you guys made it to the end, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Bye!